Guys, welcome back to another video from Math Stats, and today we are going to do some exercises. Before we move on, take a moment and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Also check out my other channels as well. And don't forget, put a comment section, put a comment that says where you're listening to, and if you're a new subscriber, let me know so I can give you a quick shout out as well. Without further delay, let's get active. So we're gonna do something as follow. Let's say we are doing we're gonna do let's do this one. A very simple factorization. Let's say we do I forgot to put that. Okay, let's not do this. No, okay, good. Let's say we are doing this exercise right here. We're gonna do y squared plus 6y equal to 0. What can we do? Well, we're gonna factor it out, right? We're gonna factor out, we have y on both sides, so we're gonna factor out y. That will be y factor y squared will be y plus 6 equal to 0. So that means either y equal to 0 or y plus 6 equal to 0. So if y equals to 0 and y equals to 0, or y will be equal to negative 6. So in that case, either y equals to 6 or y equals to y equal to 0 and y equal to negative 6 will be equal to 0. Let's check if that will be right. If y equals to 0, we're going to have 0 squared plus 6 times 0. That's actually equal to 0. Or if it's negative 6, we're going to have negative 6 squared plus 6 times negative 6, right? So 6 squared is equal to, that will be equal to 36 plus, what is 6 times negative 6? It is negative 36. So that will be 36 minus 36, which is equal to 0. So the answer actually is y equal to 0 or y equal to negative 6. So that one works. Let's do a second example. We're going to do as many as we can in a short period of time. Let's say we have p squared minus 81 equal to 0. Well, guys, this should also already look familiar. It should be like a squared minus b squared, if you remember that, which is equal to what? The conjugate a plus b times a minus b, right? So that would be p plus, 81 is the square of 9. So that will be p plus 9 times p minus 9 equal to 0. So that means either p equals to, either p plus 9 equal to 0 or p minus 9 equal to 0. So that means p equals to negative 9 or p equals to 9. And that would be basically the answer for that one. Okay? So that was pretty easy. Let's do one that is a bit harder. Let's say we have x squared plus 10x plus 25 equal to 0. Well, remember we were talking about the double root? This is a perfect example of what we called double root. This would be a perfect example of double root. What number, when you add them together, gives you 10, and multiply them together gives you 25? Well, we have an x here and an x here. So, for sure x times is equal to x squared. So what number gives you 25 when you multiply together? What is the one number that gives you 25 when you multiply them together? It will be 5. So that means x plus 5 times x plus 5 equal to 0. Well, because that's the case, then that's a double root. Because why? Because we're going to have x plus 5 equal to 0, or x plus 5 equal to 0. So that means x equals to -5 on both ways, right? So no, I'm not going to put that because that's already given. So basically, we don't have to write 2 times because we already know those are the same thing. So that's actually a double root, right? And that will be your answer. Let's do something that's a bit harder. Actually, I don't know if we're gonna do anything harder than that, but let's do some more. Let's do, instead of factoring, let's do using the square root, because we did have square roots. Well, okay. So I know some of you guys don't like square root, but you're gonna do some square root anyways because I said so, which is good for you, so you can actually understand it. Let's do some by square roots. So let's do x squared equals to 64. Well, what number when you square it equals to 64? It's 8. So that means the square root of x squared equals to the square root of 64. And what would x equal to? Oops, no. What would x equal to? When you're doing square root, it always comes out to 2 answers, okay? X will be equal to plus or minus 8. Because either 8 or -8, when you square it, it will give you 64. Let's do a second one. Let's do r squared minus 36 equal to 0. So you might be tempted to, I might decide not to, I'm going to do this 2 ways. I might do it using the conjugate, meaning I'm going to say this is supposed to be a squared minus b squared. I'm going to do r minus 6 times r plus 6 equal to 0. And now we r equals to -6. Oh, no. I'm going to do every step. That will be r minus 6 equal to 0, or r plus 6 equal to 0. Therefore, r equals to -6, or r equals to positive 6, or r equals to -6. Right? So, that's one way of doing that, but we're going to do it by using the square root. So let me do the second way, which is the square root. So r minus 36 equal to 0. I'm going to add 36 on both sides. And I get what? I get r squared equals to 36. Now I'm going to take the square root of r squared equals to the square root of 36. And that will be r would equal to, oh, come on. So now we have r equals to plus or minus 6, which is basically much easier than the first one. So you see, guys, sometimes taking the square root is the better option. Now let's do one last for that on the square root part right here. Let's say we have z squared plus 16 equal to 0. And I'm pretty sure some of you already looked at this and be like, oh no, not again those complex numbers. Yes, it is a complex number we are going to be looking at. So I'm going to subtract 16 on both sides. So I get z squared equals to -16. And you already know, taking the square root of z squared and taking the square root of a negative number is not a real number. So that would mean that the square root of z squared is equal to the square root of -1 times the square root of 16. And you know that what is the square root of 16? Well, z would equal to plus or minus, oops, that's it, plus or minus. Square root of 16 is equal to plus or minus 4, and square root of negative 1 is equal to I. So z would equal to the square root of plus or minus 4i. I think we can do the last one too, the binomial one. Yes, okay, so we're gonna have time to do that one too. Let's do the last part of that exercise, which is the binomial exercise. So let's say we have something like this. Binomials. Let's say we have let's see. Let's say we have x up 5x, no 5, oops, okay. Let's say we have 5 x plus 2 squared equals to negative 125. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides, right? So I get x plus 2 squared equals to negative 25. And now I'm going to do the square root of those two. So I'm going to do the square root of x plus 2 squared equals the square root of negative 25. So that would be equal to the absolute value of x plus 2, which is equal to what? What is square root of 25? What is the square root of negative 25? It is equal to plus or minus 5. Oops, no. Plus or minus 5i. Well, so now we're going to have x plus 2 equals to 5i, or x plus 2 equal to negative 5i. So that will be x equal to negative 2 plus 5i, or x equal to negative 2 minus 5i. And that is your answer. So guys, we're gonna stop it right here for this chapter, chapter 8. And when it comes, well, actually not the chapter, but the section, because we did all parts already in one video. So I'm not gonna do a part 2. But if you do have questions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I will do my best to do another video if it is necessary. Guys, check out my other channels on the screen as well, and you can donate. Everything is in the description down below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can always be alert when I put a new video out. This is Matt Stats. I hope to see you guys again. Until then, Matt Stats out.